diversity. Graceful exchange, honoring God. Graceful exchange, where wisdom meets harmony in every conversation.
Good evening. You have joined the Graceful Exchange Live podcast. I am your host, Dr. Timothy M. Jones Sr. We have our co-host, Asia Sade.
Hey, y'all.
We have Pastor Mo.
Hey.
We have Dr. Baker.
What's up?
And Tony.
That's me.
That's him. All right. We are excited about joining you wherever you are on this evening. Do me a favor real quick. Why don't you like, heart, comment, and share? All right. Interact with us. Let's take this moment and do me the favor. Like, heart, and we want you to comment. Share it. Share it. It is important that you share. Very, very important that you share. All right. So do me the favor again. Like, heart. Give me some hearts right now. Just go ahead and hit the hearts. Heart, 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 heart. All right. Give me your heart. Give me your heart. Then we want you to share it. Again, as I always state, sharing is free. It costs you nothing to hit that share button and share this live podcast. And why don't you tell the world that the Graceful Exchange live podcast is on the air? Do me a favor, when you get off of this particular live, we would love for you to go to our Facebook page, The Graceful Exchange, and we would love for you to like the page, follow the page, so you will be alerted when we go live. Then do me a favor and go over to YouTube and find our YouTube channel and subscribe. Follow us there, all right? So again, we're grateful for those of you that are popping on right now, and you are joining the Graceful Exchange live podcast on Wednesday nights. All right. We have a great show lined up for you. We got some good stuff to talk about. Isn't that right, y'all?
Yes, we do.
All right. We got some good things to talk about and have some great dialogue and a graceful exchange. All right. So tonight we're not going to have our artist of the week, but we're going to go right into our
social media topic.
Social media highlight. All right. So the social media highlight, we're going to go ahead and have that discussion, and we'll move on. But let's look at our social media spotlight for tonight. All right. This is deep here. All right. So it says most people don't really want the truth. They just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth. So I'm going to read again. Most people don't really want the truth. They just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth. All right? So as you see, there is an image here. And Dr. Baker, this is your post. This is something you shared. And explain to us what that image shows.
Wow, that image, as I stated, was very deep, because when you look at that image, it's got the guy sitting there, and there's a portrait. And in the portrait, there's like a fireplace. And so he's warming his hands at the fireplace. And in his mind, it's really working. Mm-hmm. So whatever's going on in his mind, that picture is working for him. And so that's how most people are when it comes to, them believing what they want to believe. Right. It's already in their mind, how they visualize it, how they, comprehend it.
Right.
It's already in their mind. It's fixed already. Mm-hmm. It's settled. It's there. So once they put it in their mind, whatever the scenario may be, once they get it in their mind, then that's what they believe, and what you believe in works for you.
Right, mm-hmm. right. So it says most people don't really want the truth.
No.
And they just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth.
Yeah.
What do y'all feel? Y'all talk to them.
No way you could. Yeah. No way you could take that. No way you can tell him that fire is not hot.
Right. Right. Right.
He wants to believe
because
that
the
lie.
image shows the image shows that he is
He is
believing
comfortable.
that he's receiving heat
Yes,
from a portrait.
he's comfortable.
Well, look,
Right.
if you look deeper into the picture,
Mhm.
there's paint at the bottom. So he made this painting.
He made it.
So it's
He
his
made the
created
lie.
truth. It's his own.
Conjured up the lie.
It's his own ideology.
It
It's his
is,
belief, right?
But that's
It's his
what
truth.
it is. Their
Mhm.
lies. It's their own
And,
ideology.
Delusion.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
But
Yes.
that could work two different ways too.
Mhm.
So you look at it from a positive standpoint. Let's say you go to the doctor, right? And you get bad reports. But in your mind, regardless of what you say, I'm healed.
Mhm.
You know, so that can work in your favor too. And then things start working out. You spoke this thing, I'm healed because of what you believe. Then you are healed.
Mhm.
So it can work two different ways. But then a delusional tip, you know, like the painting, he not anybody else come up, they not feeling the heat that he's
Right,
feeling.
Right.
But he may actually feel
He may
something
feel it.
Right.
because in his mind, now he believes that so to the point now his body's responding to what
Mhm.
he believes.
Absolutely.
Now, not to change the subject or the conversation or whatever, but this is the truth. I've actually heard females that body takes on the change, and when the hot flashes come, they imagine that they are in a cold place, and it actually cools their body down.
That is.
Well,
Right,
you know, our
right.
minds are very
Yes.
powerful.
Yes, it is, and
Yeah.
that's
Our
why his
minds,
mind
our
is working
mentality,
for
our
him.
psyches
Mhm.
are very
Yes, it is.
powerful. And that what you believe
Mhm.
will happen for you. It'll
Exactly.
manifest in some way, shape,
Mhm.
form, or fashion. I think what sticks out to me here is the fact that that part where it says people don't want truth.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you don't
Mhm.
even have the desire for the truth. You would rather go with the fake image.
Mhm.
Instead of me having legitimate fire, I'll
Mhm.
create an image of the fire
Right.
because that feels better to me.
Mhm.
I think that's where the delusion
Well,
lies
yeah.
because
And to me,
there's
that's
no
a
way you
little-
get real heat here.
That's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at something and you're believing in it and it's not real, you could really be affected by it.
Mhm.
That's dangerous. So it's always good to me when you're looking at something and you're really believing in it, if you have a counterpartner or somebody who really cares about you, that they come to you and they speak truth, whether you want to hear it or not,
Mhm.
whether you want to believe it or not, whether you receive it or not. I believe, I look to my husband to come tell me the truth if I'm off. If I'm looking at something so deeply
Mhm.
that's off, come tell me. I might be hurt by it. I might move to the side for a minute. But if it's the truth and you want the truth, eventually you're going to receive it.
Yeah, oftentimes people they're looking for something to validate their
Mhm.
truth.
Right.
Exactly.
And so I believe that's the greatest error, that when we already created a truth and then we're constantly looking for people to validate
Mhm.
Absolutely.
our truth, whatever
Mhm.
that truth looks like or whatever it is.
Right.
And I think that is very, very, very dangerous.
Mhm.
And so I think we've got to get to a place where we, one, look at that first sentence. Most people don't really want the
Mhm.
truth. But they don't have a desire for the truth.
Mhm.
And I often tell people that when you reject truth, you're not rejecting me,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
right?
Mhm.
It's my job to give you the truth. But if you reject the truth from me, you're not rejecting me. So I don't take it personal
Mm.
because you're rejecting truth. We all know scripturally that when people reject truth, they reject Jesus.
Right.
He
Mhm.
says, I am the way, the truth,
Mhm.
and the life. And so when they reject truth, they reject him. So I think this is very on point because most people don't really want the truth. I remember
don't.
speaking and preaching a sermon years ago, can you handle the truth?
Mhm.
You know, and so because oftentimes people can't handle the truth, they don't want it as
Mhm.
much as they say, because people will tell me the truth for real,
Right.
be
Yeah,
real
they
with
do
me.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
they
when
do
you
that.
do,
Yeah, we got a
become
problem.
offended.
Mhm.
They become offended.
Yeah.
They shut down on you. They
Mhm.
work against you or whatever because you've given them what they said they desired and what they
Spirit of
wanted.
Right.
offense
Right.
pops up.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
things.
And
Yeah.
so oftentimes, you just got to be honest that most people
Right.
don't want the truth.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, we have to accept it for what it is, that most people, they don't embrace the truth. But that part where it says they just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth. And I oftentimes say how people will believe a thing that, because I look at it like this: if you believe a lie about a situation or a person, that's how you wanted to view it anyway.
Mhm.
You've already shaped your mind. You're fixed, right? You're not trying to see anything different,
Mhm.
believe anything different, embrace anything different. Your mind has already told you that this is the thing.
Yeah.
And so I even looked at this
with that picture.
with this, it's the image of a portrait, right? And so my mind went to, is there truth even in looking at the bigger picture?
Hmm.
Is there truth in looking at the bigger picture? That's a possible, but always, again, it depends on what that mind has already told you.
Yeah.
And
True.
your bigger picture can be a lie.
Yeah.
Right.
The larger image can be a lie.
Mhm.
And so I think it's sad that
Yes.
a lot of people believe their lies, believe what their image of a thing or their perception of a thing,
Right.
even no matter how untrue it is. Meaning, you can have all the facts before you,
Mhm.
but if your mind, your psyche has already told you a thing is a thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
then nobody can come tell you that that thing is not a thing,
Yeah.
right? And so the reason why this man can feel the heat from this is because, again, that psyche, his mind, made him
Right.
believe that he has come from something that is not there.
And people have to understand that perception, in your opinion, is
Yeah.
not truth.
Right.
It does not always equal truth.
True.
And
Right.
people like to be so definitive in their perception of a thing. Like, because I perceived it this way, this thing is giving me heat. Well, we know that that's completely wrong. That's not the truth, right? Just because you can feel it or you're looking at something that you believe with all your heart, mind, and soul, that does not equal truth. Like, truth is not going to change. Truth is not going to waver based on emotions. It's going to be what it is. And in two varying parties, your emotion, what you think, how you thought about it, is not always the truth.
True.
So people have to come to that realization too. My perception of a thing is not always
Right.
the reality. It's not always the truth of a thing.
And most people don't want to be wrong.
Absolutely.
They do not want to be wrong.
But
They wanna
even
be
if
right all
they
the time.
even if they feel that way, then we need to, I mean, for those of us who may come in contact with those type of people, we must not validate the lie. I don't have any reassurance for
Right.
you. I'm gonna call a
Right.
thing a thing.
There
I
you
don't
go.
care who you are
Mhm.
and what you are. I
Mhm.
just have to, it's just in me to call that thing a thing. Nope, that's not what it is. Give me this pain. It's a pain. Ain't no heat coming from there. Nope, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
But no, I can't validate that
Mhm.
for you. So
But-
yeah, and that's with anything.
But with you saying that now, it goes to, I'm looking at that image. He's in a room
By
all by
himself.
himself,
Mhm.
Exactly.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you embrace lies, it will have you in a space
All by
By
yourself.
yourself.
all by
My
yourself.
Lord.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Meaning you can be in the room with people,
Yeah.
Mhm. But
But be by
be
yourself.
by
Sure
yourself,
Yes,
That's the
sir.
truth there.
and
Mhm.
ultimately miserable,
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
lonely,
Yes.
and battling all levels of
Issues.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to
Crying
right.
on the
Yeah.
inside,
Yeah.
trying to get out
yeah,
and can't escape from yourself.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Because when you don't embrace truth, it'll put you in a space all by yourself
Hoo-wee.
Wow.
while you think
Mm.
people are on your side.
Come
And
on.
while you think you all right.
Mhm.
Now that's it. Because you'll think that everything's cool, everything's good.
Mhm.
Nah, you show about near about crazy. You near about crazy.
Yeah, you are.
Give it insane.
Yes,
Crazy.
Lord.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's insanity.
Insanity.
And how do you help that person?
Insanity.
That person that's around you that lost. How do you
Lost by the lies.
yeah, lost by the lies, lost, and they're around you. How do you help them to come out of themselves?
I just think,
No,
like I
seriously,
say,
I-
you don't validate what they're
gonna
going
say.
through.
definitely
You have to
don't
be
validate.
upfront and personal with them, and you have to call a thing,
Yeah.
and you have to tell them what it is. Now, here's the thing with that: it's up to that individual to
Yep.
accept
receive
it
it.
or
Right.
receive it or
Right.
not. But my job has been done
To
because
tell
I have told you
Right.
Mhm.
that no.
And
Mhm.
that's the greatest error is that most people don't
Don't.
stand up
They
Right.
don't.
and they validate, they reassure, and sometimes because they have a commonality or they have
Mhm.
an allegiance
Mhm.
or I am feeling the same thing you feel,
Mhm.
meaning even in this image, well, I'm cold too, and I'm looking for an out from what I'm feeling. So,
So
I
move over a
believe
little
So they
bit.
try
move over, and I become
Yeah.
trauma bond, and I become you,
apart.
right?
Oh,
Apart.
And so
That's
then we
sad.
start to move and navigate together, and now we both looking crazy.
Mhm.
And then before you know it, another party comes and join in. And everybody got their
Everybody.
hands to an image,
Mhm.
trying to be warned by
That's not
something that
real.
does not exist.
Yeah.
Trying to find peace from a place that don't exist.
Yeah.
Trying to be joyful from a place that don't
Mhm.
exist. And it's not until you embrace the truth of
Right.
where you are
Mhm.
and the truth of who you are
Mhm.
that you would really get to a place of being satisfied. And so oftentimes, because truly, this person ain't satisfied, this person is crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
again, as
Yeah.
you see
Mhm.
that on this image, this is something that was obviously painted by him.
Mhm.
Yeah, he made it.
He made it.
beat the lie.
He
Uh-huh.
created
created
this
the lie.
image, right?
And you still
Yeah.
got on
And-
all your clothes.
And
Isn't that
how
wrong?
many
Yeah.
people and how many people have created
Mm.
Yes.
their position.
Wow.
They've created the fruits of what they're dealing with, right?
Yes.
Because even the Bible teaches us that our words are seeds,
Mhm.
and we've got to be very careful because we're going to
Yes.
eat the fruit thereof,
Yes.
right? And so in this particular place, you often find people who create a lie, they
Mhm.
create untruths, and then they pull other people of like minds, other people of like spirits into their place of or joining them in this dysfunctional position, right? And so I think this was a very good
Very
good
Very
post.
good.
Very good post. Very good post. So that was our social media spotlight for this week. That was good, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
good. We could talk about that all night
Tell
because,
you, that was good there.
because how often do we find people who create the mess that they're in?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They create the bed that they have to lie
And
in,
then want to blame
and
somebody
then want
else.
to blame somebody else for what they created.
They
What
try
they
to
created.
create messes for other people and then
Mhm.
end up having to lay in their own stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what's gonna happen
Yes.
because if you dig in the ditch for me,
Come on.
look
Might
out.
as well
Yeah.
dig too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And then people never, some people don't want to see you on a different level.
They
No,
don't.
they don't
And
want to see
so
you
They
grow.
don't.
Yeah. So sometimes, first of all, I feel like this. If a person can fill you with untruths and lies,
Mhm.
to me, they care more about them and their story
Mm-hmm.
than they care about you.
Right.
Yeah, but what do they say about you to know
To
that
receive-
it's a lie
and
and
receive.
allow somebody
And
to
receive
fill
it,
you with
and
that?
receive
What
it,
does
and
that say about you? Where's your self-esteem? Where is
It's empty.
yeah?
What's your motive, though?
What is your motive?
Like
Yeah.
you
So
said, you wanted to believe
You
that
right.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You had
Yeah.
the desire to, or you have some sort of connectivity with the person
Mhm.
that was giving
You
it to
wanted to
Same
take
spirit,
partnership.
same something.
Yep.
mhm.
It's like-minded in there.
Mhm.
My God.
Mhm.
My God. Glory. All right. You have joined the Graceful Exchange live podcast. It is Wednesday night. It is April the 24th, 8:45 p.m. And, it's not 8:45 no more. But do me the favor of liking, sharing, and hearting us. Let us know that you are here. Let us know you are here.
You gonna sing
No,
it?
it's near, right? What's the words? Y'all know I'm horrible. What is it's the remix? Y'all know I'm horrible with words. All right. Our topic tonight is facing your fears. It is the power of vulnerability. My God.
Mhm.
All right. Face your fears.
Mhm.
What you doing? Face your fears.
Mhm.
God is not giving us
What is that?
the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. No, I'm just playing. All right. Face your fears.
Mhm.
Face
It's
them.
the fear factor.
Mm.
Face
Wow.
your
Jesus.
fears. So we're gonna go jump on up in here. Let's jump on up in here. Let's jump on up in here. All right. So let's talk about facing your fears in the area of personal relationships, right? What hinders people, or what keeps us from growing and advancing in personal relationships, not just levels of intimacy or relational on that level, but
Mhm.
relationships being friendships,
Mhm.
kinships, those types of things. What are some of those fears we need to face when it comes to those particular areas, those kinds of relationships?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Well, I
dun.
think first we got to look at what fear is, too. So I found one that said an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause
Can you
pain.
pull your mic up some, please, young man?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Okay,
me? The
all right,
graceful
now we
exchange.
can.
I was saying that I found a definition of fear saying an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. And we get into relationships already on defense. What this person gonna do? They gonna hurt me. They gonna do this. They gonna do that.
Oh,
You know, so already we come in, like it's doomed. In
Yeah.
the sense, not, and the person may not be, anybody's capable of it. Anything, right? But they may not even have emotion and intent, my God, and intent on
My
hurting
God.
you.
He said, my God.
My God, and intent on hurting you or anything like that. But you already have, in your mind that they're going to do all these things based on your past trauma, past relationships, whatever it is. So you're already going in like, okay, well, this ain't gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't you ain't gonna be no good. And really you project that onto other people, your relationship. So how can you really work that way?
My Lord.
Wow.
Can't grow. You're already, yeah.
All right.
You ain't wrong.
No, he
you're
ain't
not.
wrong.
You ain't wrong
He
at
ain't
all.
wrong at all.
At
Yeah,
all. He hit it.
yeah. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't have started on this level because we all like, yeah,
Yeah. Woo, it's hard. Yeah, trust has been broken so many times. I mean, friendships, family ships,
right.
whatever kind of ship that it is. And
Mhm.
again, not just intimate relationships, but all kinds of these ships. Trust has been broken.
It has.
Not broken, trust has been demolished.
Come
All
on.
right.
Mhm.
Obliterated, and so when you meet someone else, already antennas are up, defense level is up, walls are up. And for me, when I meet someone else, and every time the walls begin to come down, that real you of someone comes out, and that wall goes right back up again. So that's fear for me, in being defenseless or trying to establish relationships, even with family members that has hurt you, or
Lord have
that
mercy.
they hurt you or deceive you. It's something, that has happened in that area. And no matter what type of relationship it is, you try to give into it, give. So that fear is just naturally there. and you try to work through it. But then, like I said, the wall began to come down. Okay, I can be here. I hear a lot of females often say, and I don't know about males, probably too, but I'm just speaking on what I've heard. I don't want to be friends with females because, we've been hurt, we've been deceived, they talk too much, they whatever the case may be. And so therefore, like you said, when we go into another relationship with a female or whatever, already our defense mechanisms are up and we are judging someone else by what happened prior, and so because of fear. So I mean, that's a rough, for me, rough fear, rough challenge to face. I'm trusting, but trust is earned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Lord,
And
my
before
Lord.
you can earn it, you done broke it.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Lord.
but yeah, it's
That vulnerability in personal relationships, I think vulnerability across, right? You need to feel and be able to trust and have safety and be able to not feel judged, and you don't want to be on defense, right? That should be what vulnerability is, where you're not on defense all the time, where you're not in attack mode or feeling like something is going to happen. So you on edge and there's like an anxiety about something. But oftentimes, especially in today's society, everybody has an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Everybody has other intentions.
Yeah.
Everybody
Wrong
has
motives.
a usury in them to get something or to do something and be something, right? And especially in this thing called ministry, there's always stuff, right? But I think it makes it harder for people who do have good intentions, because then you shell yourself as well. So then if you come across somebody else that's good, we don't realize that each other are good because our antennas have been focused on everybody that's bad.
Yes.
We've experienced
Agreed.
all of the negatives. And so when you do come across the good, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm a little resistant. I'm a little hesitant to be open to this good because when I let that guard down before, like you said, the vulnerability, I've tried that. I've tried to be open and tried to share and this and the other. I was let down. And I think the constant thought of being laid down, the constant thought of being hurt, broken, pain, and all the rest is like a reason that we just kind of
Back off.
Yes.
I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to talk about me. Fear to me is overcoming something, to me personally. So I've always been rejected growing up. So now, since I'm grown, I try to overcome my fears. And one fear that I know that I'm overcoming is when I came here. I tendency to have a running spirit. I will run if I see something that's just going crazy. I'll run from it. But I'm learning to stand because I know that there's help. I know that there's people here that can help. So I have a tendency to look at me and nobody else. I beat on me instead of other people. And I know I have a wall up. I say, Lord, help me get this wall down. But it's hard when you have fear and you're trying to overcome it.
Fear will grip you.
Yes, it will.
Jesus. You what's happening?
Yeah.
we waiting on you. On your comment.
What y'all waiting on me for?
Today.
I don't want to talk about this.
It's a good topic.
I don't want to talk about this. Because
you gotta face you. You gotta be vulnerable.
Yeah.
No.
Said no.
No, I don't.
It's a lot because it
It's
has to
a
do
lot.
with trust.
I
Trust.
know that that's something. Yeah. No.
It's hard to overcome. It really is. It's hard.
because I'm like Jesus. Who is your mother? Who is your father?
Exactly.
But and when I speak of that, I speak of friendships, kinships, that
Mhm.
type of thing. My greatest disappointment has come from friends and family,
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
because I happen to be the one that is the quote unquote savior, the
Mm-hmm.
one that helps everybody, shows up for everything and everybody,
Mhm.
wants to help everybody and that type of thing. And then after people get through using you for what they can use you for, they throw you to the curb. So I'm quote unquote to hell with all of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Friendships, kinships, all of that, you
Mhm.
know. It don't even, a lot of it don't matter to me anymore. Um, I don't think it's a good place to be, but
Yeah.
it's a safe place. So yeah, this is a little deep for me because again, um, I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And
Um,
that's me.
Yeah.
I don't trust people. I don't
That's
trust
right.
people. I do not trust people as far as I can see them. I don't trust them.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I thought about a lot of my trust issues came from the church. Came
Mhm.
from the church. And then it's now spilled over into other areas, you know.
Yeah.
But I have folks that I thought were friends,
Mm-hmm.
but really they only showed themselves
Mm-hmm.
friendly,
Mm-hmm.
but they were not friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were friendly for a season
And that
Yeah.
hurts.
and friendly for a motive or a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So yeah, because when I think of friends, I think of
Loyalty.
people that you rock with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Loyalty.
you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of sacrifices I've made for quote
Yeah.
unquote friends. A lot of sacrifices for quote unquote family, right?
Mhm.
Um, and for the way folks handle you and that type of thing. To hell with it all. All right. So, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I feel
you
it.
know,
I
some
feel
people
it.
say,
I understand.
some people say when it comes to personal relationships, there's a fear of rejection, there's a fear of abandonment, there's a all kinds of levels of fears from be it relationship, friendships, or family dynamics. However, um, I don't have a fear of rejection. I don't have a fear of
Right.
even abandonment. It's we're the loyal people.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
the trust. Yeah.
That's my thing.
Mhm.
Where's the loyal? Where
Mhm.
where the
Where's the
people
integral
who have
folk?
integrity
Yeah.
and good and
Yeah.
godly
Mhm.
character?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about without a mic in your hand.
Correct.
Right.
Because
Right.
it's easy to say, um, I got your back, I love you, and all the rest while I'm standing in the presence of people holding a
Mhm.
microphone or
Mhm.
whatever. But your heart posture
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
way you handle people is so dirty. So my fear, I guess, I don't know, facing the fear of what? Trust?
Trust.
Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Trust. Because
Yeah.
I don't trust folks. I
Yeah.
don't. And every time I try, something happens.
Mhm.
Right.
Every time I open up to try to
Yep.
trust people,
Mhm.
you know, I realize people have lied to my face. I realize that people have
Lied on your
smiled
face.
in my
Mhm.
face, right?
Yeah.
Smiled in my
Face
face,
on
but
your
lied
back.
behind my
Yeah.
back.
Mhm.
They don't
You know,
care.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. This is a little touchy for me, right?
Mhm.
Me too.
And I know that whenever you
Yes.
have, you know, these particular moments and segments and topics, everything can't fit you, you
Yeah.
know, to the point that it makes you comfortable.
Mhm.
But this is another particular topic that makes me uncomfortable because in this area right here, be it personal relationships, friendships, kinships, um, I've been a friend to people who have not been a
Mhm.
friend to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have been family to people who have not been family to me.
Mhm.
And so that is, and I've been the go-to for people that I can't go to,
Mhm.
you know. And so it's a little difficult, even spiritually, you know, spiritual relationships,
Mhm.
be it spiritual parents, spiritual children, whatever, those folks are not loyal.
They're
Yeah.
not.
They're not.
They're not honest.
Yep.
I'd rather somebody be honest and tell me, hey, I'm only connected to you because I need A, B, C, and D.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only coming around you and have a desire to be in your presence because I know you got this going for yourself and I'm trying to get here too.
Right.
I'd rather somebody be honest coming in than to sit here and give levels of flattery
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
give these facades that I care.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, I remember someone telling me, hold me accountable, hold me accountable. Don't let me go to hell. Don't let me go to hell. Hold me accountable. If you see that I'm going in the wrong way, hold me accountable. Don't you let me go to hell. This is what they said out of their mouth.
Mm.
Then when I began to hold them accountable so they wouldn't go to hell,
Mm.
Mhm.
now I'm the bad person.
Mhm.
Now I have trust issues. I don't trust what comes out of the mouth of people. I don't
Exactly.
trust what people say. I don't trust how they move. I don't trust what they do because people talk out the side of
Mhm.
their necks.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
They talk out the
Mhm.
side of their necks.
For
So
sure.
I don't trust people.
Yep.
I don't trust.
And I
For
get that.
sure.
I have walked up on people talking about me, or I'll hear a conversation
Yeah.
about me. So I have a problem, a real problem with that when it comes to people
Yeah.
getting up close to me.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I don't want them in my circle
Yeah.
because I done seen you. I
But
done
you-
heard you.
I just said that to somebody today. Like, even when people have gifts of the prophetic,
Mhm.
Yes.
right? And God allows us to hear conversations. He allows us to know when people are
Sure right.
in our
Mhm.
face line,
Yes.
right?
Sure right.
And I still gotta sit here and
Mhm.
smile
Mhm.
like I
Smile
don't
like
know.
you didn't hear
Mhm.
anything.
Gotta still act like I'm not aware.
Ah.
Gotta still
Right.
move like, ain't nothing happened.
Mhm.
That thing is exhausting.
And it
right?
hurts because it's people who you thought
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
loved you, who you
I'm
thought
telling you.
you can trust, who you
I'm
kind of
trying
let
to
that
tell
wall
you.
down. So
I'm
soon as
telling
that
you.
thing happened, that wall, boom, there's back up, and you got
Let me
this
tell you.
going on,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be.
I have been betrayed by some people and trust broken by people that I have literally, and I've even said this before, I don't think on the platform, but I've said, that there was in my youth, I sacrificed
Mhm.
to, as a teenager, to help people who were adults, a
Mhm.
teenager,
Mhm.
sacrificing, helping people who were adults, from watching kids to doing all manner, selling chicken and everything else to help people
Mhm.
literally pay their bills, do some things for themselves and their household. And here it is, I'm showing myself friendly.
Mhm.
But then when you can't control me,
Mhm.
It's
now
a
I'm a
problem.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
Now I'm that.
Mhm.
I have trust issues because I've sacrificed greatly to help people again who will turn around, and that stuff is dirty. And I don't know this part here.
Yes.
Y'all can have this.
It's
Keep talking. Y'all
it's
talk.
Yeah.
deep. It's deep because I've been
Yeah.
there too. I've
'Cause
been
this
there
thing
Of
is-
course.
where you help people. You just want to help people
Yeah,
from the kindness of your
yeah,
heart, and then they do you dirty.
yeah. You don't
And
want to be
that
pissed
stuff
on.
hurts.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
take from you
Yeah.
to give to them,
Yeah.
whether it be monetary, whether it be love, whatever it is, but you give to them and then they throw dirt on you.
yeah,
Sure will.
Yeah.
It hurts.
yeah. So that fear, and when it comes to personal relationships, yeah, bless you.
Mhm. Now let's talk about the intimate. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about
All
no
the
intimate.
people on the team. No, right.
I don't want to talk about no intimate.
right. I know,
Because
right.
but you know what? Our numbers will go up
Yeah.
if we talk about it.
Right.
Let us start talking about
Yes.
humping and pumping. I promise you.
Oh, Lord. Here
They
we
gonna
go.
be on here.
Start talking about some humping and pumping. I promise you.
Uh-huh.
They gonna be like, they on that podcast being nasty.
Yeah, something's gonna go on, right?
We turned to a mini Jerry Springer.
No.
Ah,
Lord help.
But I'm talking about not even
Yeah.
that, but trusting in that area
In the
as well.
intimacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and you know,
I've been
I'm
hurt in that area
trying.
too. Go ahead.
Even in that area as
Help.
well, Lord
help me,
Jesus,
Jesus.
Lord
Help.
help, Lord, yeah. Even in
Yeah.
that
I'm ready to
area
go
as
too,
well. You ready to go too? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. See,
Jesus,
even
Lord.
in that area as well, your trust is broken. You know, you begin to let walls down, and then the food come out. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
He
crazy.
said, "Let the walls down and the food come out."
Yeah.
What you talking about?
No, you know,
Let the walls down.
no. Just, you know, even having conversation, you can be open and honest with someone in the door, you know, talking and you sharing. So because you have some people say, even in a relationship, and these is in all kinds of relationship, do you state what you're looking for? Do you say up front what's going on? And you get those type that you can be honest with, that you can state in the door what's going on, what are your criterias and all of that, because you're trying to feel someone out. And again, this is in all type of relationships, but you're trying to feel someone out. So, you know, you're not going to put just every single thing out, but you're going to put the important things out there, and people pretend like they get it. They pretend like they understand it. They pretend like they're on the bandwagon. And then when you start just like talking more or whatever, then the foolishness shows up. So that's what I mean by that, you know. And see, me, I'm the type that thank you for the foolishness showing up, because the door is closed. Thank you that the foolishness showed up early. Not that it would have showed up later, you know, but I'm just saying thank you, because yeah, it's crazy, you know.
You don't have to go any further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But too, because you meet people and you get into new relationships
Right.
with people, everybody's a representative of
And
their
that's
best
crazy.
selves. Like going on a job interview, they're not gonna know that, oh, you don't like to work, so you're gonna do the bare minimum.
But I'm not
You can
like
come
that.
late.
I come in the door
Right.
honest, because that's how I want people to come in the door with me, being open and honest. So I come in honest.
Right.
To what, even if it's a job, if it's ministry, if it's relationship, if it's family, no, you're gonna know who I am in the door. I do not play games.
Right.
So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna give you my best on. When I adopted my children, I have 7 sons, 4 of my own and 3 adopted. And when I adopted them, they were little. And here's what I told them, because this is the type of person that I am. I said, here's how we're going to work this. I'll give y'all 100% in the door. And the way that it diminishes is when you do, you know, what you do to cancel it out for yourself. Yeah. So in any type of relationship that I go in 100%, being real, honest, open. And I think what hurts me so bad is because people don't come in like that.
I'm
with
trying
you.
to tell you.
They don't
come
do
in
you
100.
like that.
Mm-mm.
They come in with lies. They come in with deception.
Exactly.
They come in with motive, hidden motives.
Yes.
They come in with narcissistic behaviors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just to sell you phony stories. And why?
Yeah. And the way they come in is the way they leave out.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the boot. Yeah.
They come in with lies, they leave with lies.
You're right.
Come in with deceitfulness and all the rest, they leave the same way. And then they go to the next place
and
with
do
that
the
same thing.
thing.
They just don't grow.
Yeah.
You know, I put something on my page, I can't remember, but I was like, people still lying at 40, and at 60, you almost dead. And you still lying. What is it for? You don't owe nobody anything.
Let me tell you, ain't nothing worse than a 60, 70-year-old mess. You too doggone.
You close to the grave.
The grave.
You better take it. Yes, Lord, watch it.
Too doggone old to be just messy. Just too doggone. Come on. He said a liar won't tear you in his sight. You 2 seconds from being in his sight.
Yeah.
You so old.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Broke all up.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
It's
That's
sad.
messy. Messy.
I don't know.
Looking
I
like
don't get it.
Moses.
'Cause you,
And
yeah.
And
And I come in, like I say, 100% because I take care of me.
that's the way.
There's
Come on.
nothing you can do.
Come
You-
on.
you-
Come on.
I'm still going to win with or without
Without.
you.
Yep.
And so I'm
Right.
going to come in being 100% and telling you the truth, you know?
That's right.
And that's why I say that's what I look for. Now, when I don't get that, then those walls go back up.
Yeah.
And then for the next one, now it creates that fear.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't be vulnerable with you now.
Right.
I don't want to lie, and I'm not going to lie, but
Right.
you're not just going to get everything me talking to you
Right.
because most people just want to hear who you
Yeah.
are so
Right.
that they can use that against you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like they add double to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My. You've joined the Graceful Exchange live podcast. It is Wednesday night. We are talking about facing your fears, the power of vulnerability. All right. And so please do me a favor and like and share. Do me that favor. Like and share. This conversation has been good. We're going to pause for just a moment and we're going to do our business spotlight. All right. So we're going to pause and then we'll come back and we'll talk about this.
Y'all need a breather after
Yeah.
that. Round one. Okay. Listen. All right. This Sunday, April the 28th, Apostle Dr. Timothy M. Jones Sr. will be going to join Apostle Joyce Farmer at the Temple of God Global Ministries, 17050 California Avenue, Hazel Crest, Illinois. This is for moving forward in new and positive ways. All right. If you are in the neighborhood, if you are close by, you follow Dr. Jones's ministry, you want to be in the building, be in the place. This is at 2:15 p.m. on this Sunday, April 28th. Again, 2:15 p.m., 17050 California Avenue. We will be with Apostle Joyce Farmer. All right. Come on out. We want to see you. Tim Jones Global Mentoring Academy is offering the ministry mentorship, business mentorship, and the combo of both business and ministry mentorships. All these programs require a minimum of a 1-year commitment. There are bi-weekly general sessions, private one-on-one sessions via Zoom. And if you are someone that is out of state and interested in this, all of your sessions will be via Zoom as well. So again, if you are someone that is interested in this type of accountability, this training, this impartation, you want to send an email to timjonesglobal1@gmail.com. Again, that's timjonesglobal1@gmail.com. Learn from somebody who's got fruit. Okay. Amen. Praise Jesus. The American Global Christian Chaplain Association is registering for new chaplains. If you are a licensed and or ordained minister, you want to get in on the next training class. You can do so by registering online at agcca.org under registration. Please visit the website. You must go to the registration tab. Click that link. Okay, it's going to take you to the registration form. Fill it out in its entirety. Attach your documentation so that way we don't have to come back and ask you for anything. Make sure you get it all complete and you will get further information to your email. So again, if you are interested in being a chaplain, make sure you visit agcca.org. Orchard Street Christian Daycare is hiring still for a toddler teacher and teacher's assistant. If you or someone you know is qualified, have them send their resume to oscdcemployment@gmail.com. And finally, we are enrolling for toddler scholars. That is 15 months to 23 months of age right here at Orchard Street, 2324 Orchard Street, Blue Island. Our telephone number is 708-489-5324. We are open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you are interested, you know someone who has a toddler, make sure you tell them to reach out to us at Orchard Street Christian Daycare at gmail.com, or they can call 708-489-5324. That is your business spotlight.
All right. You've heard the business spotlight for tonight. I want you to go ahead and do us the favor of spreading the word. We are hiring. We're hiring. As she stated, we're hiring. We're getting resumes, but we need some more. Praise God. All right.
And if you guys want your information to be shared, your flyer, your business, your activities, whatever you have going on, please send an email to thegracefulexchange@gmail.com and for a donation, you can get your stuff put up here. All right. So go ahead. Come on and join the Graceful Exchange. Get this publicity. All right. Get it shared. Get it out here. We will put you in the weekly rotation. All right.
All right, all right, all right. So again, we've got some great things going on. We will be over with Pastor Apostle Joyce Farmer and Pastor Isaiah Farmer. We will be with them on Sunday. We've got some great things happening. There is, and you're always welcome to come to Remnant Empowerment Center. We're gonna put that in rotation. How about that? Let's push our stuff, right?
The couch
All
experience.
right, the couch experience. It is the place where healing takes place. All right. And so let's go, amen. And let's go ahead and push ourselves, right?
That's right.
Our own
Yes,
ministry,
yes.
Remnant Empowerment Center. All right, we've got a spot for your youth, your children, where they can be in the living room. The
Yes.
living room. It is the space for them to heal and to become. All right. It is our lit youth and young adults. Lit youth and young adults even have a lit after dark
Yeah.
that's going to be
Mhm.
taking
20 to
place,
26.
and that's for ages 20 to 26. They meet on Zoom, and so lit after dark. I mean, there's some stuff going on
happening.
over on this side
Okay.
of town, right? We're in the great city of Blue Island, and we are doing the work of the Lord
Yes.
authentically. We're doing it, and we're doing it unapologetically,
Yes.
and the grace of God rest on us. All right. So again, you've heard all of those wonderful business and highlights. Listen, I gotta talk about real quick that Tim Jones Global Mentoring Academy. Y'all better jump on. You better jump on board. All right. All right. So as she stated, we have some ministry mentorship spots. We have business mentorship, or you can get the combo, right? All mentorship programs are 1 year minimum. All right. And so we would love to mentor you. I've had for years people asking for me to mentor them. Now it's a thing. We have the Tim Jones Global Mentoring Academy. All right. And so you can be a part of that. Mentorship with integrity, professionalism, wisdom, and the building of your true identity. You don't have to become nobody else.
Come on.
Know who you are, and I'll help you
Amen.
to do just that. All right. Let's jump back in. Thank you for the clap. Thank you for the clap. To our live studio audience. Thank you so much. Listen, let's go ahead and jump back in and on our topic. All right. We are talking about facing your fears, the power of vulnerability. I couldn't be vulnerable in this last segment. You know, I'm just sorry. I couldn't be. Again, these subjects are not always comfortable for us, right?
Right.
But they must be discussed, right? Everything that we talk about is not always comfortable to us as the host and the co-host, but we have to have these real life conversations. It's kind of hard sometimes, right? Sometimes it kind of trigger us, right? But overall, we still have to have real conversations. Why? Because we love real talk, but we're learning that our audience are enjoying this real talk. All right. So we were talking about personal relationships. Let's talk about career and success, right? Let's talk about career and success, because oftentimes you have people who have the fears of failure, right? They have the fear of inadequacy or not living up to the expectations of others or their own expectations. Like for me, I'm hard on myself, right? As Asia knows, because she's my assistant, that I literally don't nobody have to be hard on me. I'm hard on myself. There's times I'll sit and I'll be like, I feel some type of way. I ain't doing enough, or and I can have 1,000 things going on, and and so I stress myself out, but I stress my staff out too, because I feel a way, because I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I haven't accomplished enough, but I got the fruits of many accomplishments. Right. But to For other people, they're like, what you mean you're not doing that? You're doing too much. Or, you know, or what do you mean you haven't accomplished anything? You've accomplished a lot. But for me, because I'm harder on myself, I don't feel that I have, right? So sometimes you have that living up to a particular expectation, be it of yourself or be someone else. Now, the blessing is that while we know, uh, like my mother had expectations for her children, however, it was never like I got to do this because mama to be proud type thing. It was like she's proud no matter what. It's like, you know, of course, be successful, work hard. So I didn't have the pressure, you know, of having to live to mama or daddy's expectation. However, my pressure is living up to mine because mine is out the roof, right? So let's talk about career and success. You know, the fear, maybe fear failures, and maybe again the fear of inadequacy and all of those types of things. Let's talk about facing your fears when it comes to the career and levels of success.
Could this cross to education too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's still, that's a success.
So that was very big for me. Like when you just kind of spoke about the pressures and the fears of failure. Getting my undergraduate degree was major for me. That happened in 2020, and I started that journey in 2011. Okay, graduated high school 2011, graduated from college in 2020. Now, a multitude of things happened along that journey, but when I tell you, taking the pause from school, coming out of school, starting back again, I developed severe anxieties with, oh no, I'm about to go back to school. What are the professors going to say? Are you coming back again? You failed the last time. You just dropped every class. You know, I had so many different thoughts about going back to school. Each time I would kind of have to come out and start again, go to work, start again, you know. And it was very big for me because, like you said, the pressure that I had on myself is because I'm a first generation graduate. No one in my immediate family graduated college. So I was the first to do that. So it was kind of, in a sense, like you must finish, right? And so the fear of not. And at the end of it was a financial burden. And I'm like, all right, Lord, how am I going? I hear it is I have the opportunity to finish, but then it still seems like I may fail because I don't have the finances to finish this thing. However, God did a thing. I ain't have to pay a dime, and I finished that thing with flying colors. But what I'm saying is the pressure and the fear of, okay, well, you stopped the first time because of this, right? And you stopped the next time because this was going on. And then you had depression right here. And then you had anxiety right here. And then you had, and it makes you feel like you can't do it. But then you get people around you where you can be vulnerable. I had 2 staff members, 2 people at Chicago State. Come on, shirt. Who I was able to be vulnerable with, share a little bit of my personal story, my personal issues and personal struggles. And they were able to help push me, like, keep going. I got your back. Here's some resources. This is what you can do. Go talk to this person. They're going to do this. And that encouraged me to keep on going. And I think being able to share what I was going through during the last season with somebody outside of the church, with people outside of my family, you know, with someone who was not judging my situation, with someone who was not saying, I told you so about this. It was just more so like, you can let it out, release. All right, now this is what we're doing now. This is what this is the steps we take in. And my ability to go into some of those offices, some of those classrooms, and be able to talk to those 2 women, it helped me get through. It helped me get through. And again, I didn't feel judged or pressured by them. I was able to be vulnerable. Like, I cried with those people, you know, and again, I didn't feel like they were looking at me like, well, girl, why you here again? You failed already. You know, it's like, okay, let's get this done. So I appreciated the ability to be vulnerable with people who are not your family. They
Right.
weren't my family. They weren't anybody close to me. These were just staff who was like, I want to see you get your degree. I want to see you get this done. And that has helped propel me to where, I am now, still pushing, still going. So again, when it comes to that fear of failure, it'll lock you down and make you not want to go. It will lock you down and make you not want to try again, make you not want to take the risk of going again, whether it's in career education, right? It'll make you not want to go for that job. I'm not going to go for the promotion. I might not get it. I might, you know what I mean? So it'll kind of keep you in a state of boundness. But I believe that when you're able to be vulnerable and open with yourself and then get somebody. Because I know we like to be by ourselves, right? And be blocked off, but everybody needs somebody.
Right.
And in that moment, like I said, with school, I did have that. So I'm grateful for it.
All right. That's good. Good stuff. Testify.
What a time.
What a time.
Look, that's a whole nother show. What happened during that season
Mhm.
with graduating.
My
We'll
Lord.
get to that another day. Tell my story.
Tell it. But remember, as the saints of old, you can't tell it all.
That's it.
All right. So let's talk about that. Career success. Career and successes. When it comes to facing your fears in that area of career, maybe something has hindered you from advancing forward. That's dealing with your fears, right? Talk to me.
I think by me being older now,
Mhm.
I think I'm supposed to just sit down and chill, even though I know that there's more in me. So there is fear,
Mhm.
of getting older and just going on. So, I have a sister so when you talk about somebody you really can let your hair down and you can talk to, I have a sister who's a pastor who I really talk to. I can really just say anything, do anything, and just be me, and she don't sugarcoat me, but she always push me to do what I'm supposed to be doing. So that fear in trying to keep going when you get older is something.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. Fear of just keep going. It don't matter how old you are, just keep going. So
You're not old.
you say that.
You're not old, Pastor Mo. What you talking about? You're not old. But I get it, right? Especially when it comes to excuse me, career, sometimes the older you get, you're careful and careful in the job that you're career path you're on. But then even if you want to strive for more, you're careful in if you should move or not.
Right.
Because when you get to a certain age, they're trying to figure out how to retire you.
Get you out of there.
Right.
And the closer you get to retirement age, they try to sabotage sometimes,
Mhm.
so you can forfeit everything. So I get it, being one who's been in supervisory positions and things, I get that, because I've talked to people and have counseled people who have been of a particular age group, and they get a little nervous the older they get when it comes to even the current career path. Right. Because anybody who knows working at any kind of company, policies change all the time.
All the time.
So processes, policies, procedures, all of those things change over time. And I remember working at the bank, and someone who was of age was fearful of all these changes because they didn't know if they would comprehend and adapt to these changes, right? You get new computer systems. Well, I just mastered the one you rolled out 3 years ago, right? And now you're getting a whole nother system. It's another particular. I remember when I came out of banking, right before coming out, they changed our system on the lending side. Now, when I came out of my job, I was 33. I was 33. And at 33, I was trying to figure out this loan system. Like, why would they sit here and confuse this whole thing? Now I'm 33.
Mhm.
Could you imagine a coworker who was
Yeah.
already like
Yes.
in her 60s
Yes.
Yeah.
trying to figure this system out? So now we were using one system. Everything went through one system. Now you're confusing it. I'm doing one system for checking and savings and deposit accounts. Now you got a whole nother system for
System.
lending. And I mean, it was just too confusing,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm 32, 33, kind of like scratching my head, that person who, because you got to think about certain career paths and things like that, it's easier to be terminated.
Mhm.
You know, mess up on the banking side.
Mhm.
It's easier to be terminated
Mhm.
because you're messing with people's livelihood, their money, and all the
Right.
rest. And so the pressure of that thing, you know, and the fears of the unknown, the fear. I remember working at Bank One prior to them Chase buying them out, and every day somebody was getting terminated. You know, and I worked in the call center every day. You got 5, 6 people who was getting terminated because I'm working today,
Mhm.
but just so happened today, the manager went back and pulled a call from 2 months ago
Mhm.
and heard how I handled that
Mhm.
call. Then they're terminating you for something from 2 months ago. So you are always on edge.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, those types of things. So when it comes to just getting older, and I get that,
Yeah.
but it's a thing just to even have a career. It's because you want to change it. You know, sometimes people want to change things and want to find themselves in something else, but the
Mhm.
fear of that, the fear of the
Yeah.
unknown, the fear of,
Yeah.
like, for instance, if I could, I would be a police officer right now. Yes,
No.
but they don't want no
No.
43-year-old. Well, somebody do.
You be
I'm glad you're
sheriff.
43 then.
No,
So you
You
don't
be a
have to
sheriff.
I want to be a
police
police
officer.
officer, huh?
You be a sheriff, state trooper.
I want to be no state trooper.
Mm.
I ain't trying to get out and on
They
the
put you
side
on
of the
that.
highway.
Yeah.
Get out on the side of the highway, and you know, and the wind and cars blowing me, and I'm withering away. No, I want to be a
Want to chase the bad guys?
who?
That's
You want to
state
chase
trooper
the
too.
bad
Yes,
guys?
I do.
Yeah.
I want to put the
In
sirens on.
Chicago?
Yeah, no, I don't have to be in
Okay, because
Chicago.
I'm like,
Okay.
listen.
That's-
I don't have to be in Chicago, but you know, but I could be somewhere.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I don't like the spirit that's at this table right about now. I don't like the spirit, but I'm not fearful. I ain't
'Cause you like
stressed.
guns. That ain't okay. That ain't
Lots of them. Okay.
Hey, right. That ain't the same.
But think about, you know, career paths and things of that sort. You all ever felt like you were failing where you are, or you know, or you could be doing something better? Talk to me. Come on, y'all.
But
Talk
you know,
to me.
that's where I am now because I know that I'm in the transition stage of my career. And what I've been doing for the past 10 years
Mhm.
almost. And I know it's time for a change. And I have things in place, but it's also that fear of the unknown,
Right.
the fear of failing, the fear of having to stop. Because I want to go after my dreams. I don't want to just have a career. I want my career and, you know, things I'm doing, I want to love it. I don't want to just go clocking in and be on desk arrest.
Right.
You know, where I'm like, okay, well, I hate being here. I hate my boss. I hate all, you know, I don't want to live that way. And so what I've been doing, I've been comfortable because I haven't had to live that way.
Mhm.
But I know there's so much more
Yeah.
that I'm capable of,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm in that place now, trying to figure out how, if, when, because I know it's now. Well, not even if, when, 'cause I know it's now,
Mhm.
but just trying to plan and figure out how to pivot to that next place.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a fear of the unknown, the fear of, you know, failing, the fear of starting strong and then having to stop for whatever reason, because that's happened too. So yeah, and I know that I'm in my own way a lot.
Mhm.
So trying to get over that because it all starts with me, right?
Mhm.
So trying to get to the root causes of those fears, you know. So that's it hits home for me for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In that.
I think I have a similar fear when it comes down to support. So like while I am in a certain job position. I still have entrepreneurship, and I'm still a student. And so when it comes down to the entrepreneur side of things, that's something that I desire to build for myself, right? And push for me. But then I look at the market surrounding what I do seeming overly saturated. So trying to be unique
Right.
in what I'm presenting. I've always stated that my brands are not just about selling products. None of them. I have multiple business ideas. None of them are about just selling products. It's a ministry for me in a sense where I'm giving experiences. I want to provide more than just the brand. I want to provide a luxury of something to a degree, to make myself unique.
Right.
But then again, looking at all other brands, because you have to stay current with what other people, other products, other fashion trends, you have to pay attention, and that can still kind of make you feel like, okay, am I not doing enough? I have to do this to stay active. I have to stay in the market, right? I have to stay in the race. I can't not do anything, because then that eliminates
Right.
me and my brand. But then I don't want to I don't feel like I'm in competition with another, right? But then I still have to be present and active. And so I think, again, looking at markets and sometimes looking at the lack of support that you may have, it seems as though it can put that fear on you. Like, okay, should I keep going in this? Should I just hold off on this? It kind of, like I said, the mindset when there's a lack of support for certain things, it puts you in the mindset of, okay, maybe I should do something else or focus on another thing or wait a little bit on this. And that kind of hinders you because ultimately you just got to go and just got to do it. Whoever's going to support is going to support, right? And typically what happens is after it gets big, then that's when everybody wants to support you.
And that's when you ain't coming.
After you become, then everybody, oh, I know her. No, you don't. Let's stay on the other side, right?
You didn't get on in
but
the ground,
it
you
just
ain't coming
kind of
on the mountain.
you got to
Yeah.
kind of keep pushing and keep building it and just kind of keep doing. But I just know for me, for my mental, I look around and see, like I said, the markets that I'm tailored to, they can be pretty overly saturated. And while trying to be unique in who you are, while trying to provide the best products, quality things, and everything is expensive. So if we're talking real,
You're right.
if you're someone who sells a product, you got to pay top dollar. So people have
And
to
they
pay
don't
top
want
dollar.
to.
And Black
So,
people
yeah,
don't want to pay
they
top
don't
dollar
want
for
to.
you.
Yeah.
They want to get your stuff for free or give me the brother sister discount.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you ain't going to the store and asking them for the discount. So why you want to ask me for the discount? But like I said, business in that sense can be pretty interesting, because sometimes I have moments where I'm like, okay, forget it. I don't even want to do it no more. But then I have the other moments where I'm like, I'm ready to go. Let's do this thing. But I don't know. I keep going. Okay, I keep going.
So before we end this here, successes, I've had very many successes. And career and age played a lot into it. I was the one who wanted to build my career around my ministry. So everything went around my ministry, right? And so my degrees, everything went around my ministry because I wanted to do for God's people, help God's people, open up homes where I can take in addicted people and help them out and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So as far as career, getting a push that I needed for me was never really there. I believe age could have had something to do with it or not, but again, successes, I've had very many successes. I mean, accomplishments and successes that I thought was nothing. And to hear people say, but you did that. And you did that alone. You paid this, you've paid that. This is yours now. All of these things. So successes, school successes I've had. successes in school, always was top of my game in school, was 4.0, even I started back late or whatever, but through all of that, my successes, that I am a go-getter like that, I'm a overachiever, so successes to me is just okay.
Right,
Mhm.
right. It's just what we do.
Yeah, right. It is, but the career portion, I have to piggyback off of what you said, being in the area of entrepreneurship and everything. What people don't realize for us as Black people, Black community, we have to charge more because we are charged more.
Yeah.
It's a different game,
Listen.
and we're small businesses. So I can't give you the other folk discount and all of that because this is where we are right now,
Yeah.
But then here's the other thing. On the other hand, as soon as the market is so high in what you're doing, and plus, as soon as people see you doing it, a lot of family members and different things want to start doing it too, and I'm like, you know what?
Instead
Have
of
it.
supporting yours,
Yeah.
they gonna do one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it gets to that
Yeah,
point
because
where
most
it
people
becomes
don't have an
frustrating.
idea until
Yeah,
you get it.
until you
Yeah.
give it. Yeah. And then they, instead of supporting you, they do the same thing, and they will not support you because most of us feel like, oh, I can do that too.
Right.
Right.
Why
Mhm.
pay you when I can do
can
this?
do it.
We don't look at the help and the boosting of one another. We
Yes.
most like crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
As
I'm
soon
trying to
as you're
tell you.
about to reach the top, I'm gonna
Somebody
reach up
wanna-
there and
Yeah.
snatch you back down.
Mhm.
We don't help build one another, and that's in our careers.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Everybody else can live 50 in the house until everybody
on.
get their homes and
Come on.
everybody get their businesses, but us, why can't get mad first?
Right.
Yeah.
Why you got to go
Yeah.
first?
Right.
Yeah.
So it stifles
Or
us
if-
a
Or
lot.
get out.
Or if we get if we
you ain't
start
pay
a
your share.
business, or if we start
Yeah.
a business, now we're arguing about who's the
Yeah.
superior one,
Yeah,
right? So
absolutely.
yeah, we can't work together.
So, and then you get
Throw the whole
older.
show away. This bothers me.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get older and it's like, okay. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Well, look, Dr. Baker, I'm gonna just tap in on what you just
Okay.
said before they shifted. Since 2021, I've been recording my successes. Now, prior to then, not so much. Outside of me graduating college, I didn't really record or take notes or
Mhm.
allow other people to even shine in on my successes, right? 2021 to now, oh baby, that list is long.
Go ahead.
That list
Man,
is
too.
long. That
Go
thing
ahead.
is
My
growing.
success
And I can honestly say,
Mhm.
so y'all who interested with the business ministry mentorship, Apostle has helped me to strategize in so many different ways. Be it business, finances, and all the rest. Even in terms of me starting dual master's programs and just going for it. I've been literally tracking the successes, tracking how I've been growing, moving, building, and I'm proud. I'm on my way.
Great,
All right.
good.
I am proud and on
Good
my way.
for you.
Proud of you.
Apostle.
Good for
Uh-huh.
you.
Proud of you.
Look, there's a lot of other people that need to say thank you, but it's okay. I'm gonna tell you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, but yeah, I'm telling you, I tell people this is one of my success stories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She had 3 legit businesses,
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
and everything else. So when I
Yeah.
tell you, it's the real deal. It's the real deal.
Mhm.
So let's look at, anybody got anything else? Career successes, the fears, facing the fears in the area of careers or success. You. Oh, you got some? If you got some, say something.
It's not so much of more of a success.
Okay.
So, first I'm grateful because for the first show, I was the featured artist of the week
Yes.
for my song Under the Blood.
Go
Shameless
ahead,
plug,
go
go get that.
There you go.
But that was a huge success for me.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not signed to a label, anything like that. That I paid for that,
Right.
not just in money, but all of it in prayer and ideas. And it took some time.
Mhm.
You know, the writing was easy. That was the easy part, but putting things in perspective, not so much, you know, having to, because I've never done it before, right? So the fear was, I don't want to put something out and it's trash.
Right.
It's not the best quality, you know, because I look at, I'm hard on myself, I'm hard on others, you know, but more so, how can I do this so it doesn't come that way?
Right.
How can I do this? How can I perfect that? So with that, it was a constant back and forth of trying to perfect something I've never done.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what it looked like. I knew what it looked like. I didn't know how to get there. So, but I never stopped.
Mhm.
So something that I thought would take me 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, because I'd never done it, took over a year. But I did it right. I did
Yeah.
it well. And it's something I could be proud of.
Right.
So even with that, you know, I was an example to even my peers,
Mhm.
you know, my friends, fellow musicians, all that you can do what you want to do and it can be well. You don't have to step on nobody to get there.
Right.
You don't have to, you know, down somebody, any of that. You can do it and it can be well and you can do it
Mhm.
right. So that was a huge success for me. So yeah, it's first of many to come. And I'm learning too how to, because it helped me go into a whole nother gift in producing and things like that. Things I never even thought of. So yeah, it's a success for me, but I'm glad that I didn't let fear stop me.
Yeah.
You know, so kind of twofold in that. So yeah.
Congratulations. Under the
I'm
blood.
great
is
to
good.
say,
Thank
under
you.
the blood is wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's wonderful. And he went on and plugged himself again. He got to pay for that one. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But y'all go get it. I promise you, it'll bless you. It'll bless you for real. Again, you've joined the Graceful Exchange Live podcast. Tonight's topic is facing your fears, the power of vulnerability. And so, again, we're grateful that you're on here. Why don't you heart it, comment, and share this particular podcast so somebody can join in on the conversation, the dialogue that we're having here at the table. Again, we have Asia Sade,
Hey, y'all.
we have Pastor Mo, we have Dr. Baker,
What's up?
and we got Tony.
What up?
All right. All right. So let's look at it in the area of financial security,
Mhm. Jesus.
facing your fears
Yes, Lord.
in the area of financial security.
Mhm.
My Jesus. Because folk afraid of money.
Mhm.
Yes.
I ain't afraid of money.
Yes.
Financial security is important,
Yeah.
right? Leaving a legacy and inheritance
Mhm.
for your children and children's children. I believe that we have to we got to plan better,
Yes.
right?
True.
Right.
We got to become disciplined,
Yes.
right? And so there is a fear there, and you should have a fear of poverty. You should be afraid to
Yeah.
live in poverty, right? We should have a fear of debt. We shouldn't want to live and be in
Yeah.
debt, right? So let's talk about that real quick. The fear, facing fears in the area of finances, financial security.
I think like what you mentioned earlier, coming out of that crab in the bucket mentality is one. I know one of the fears I had when it comes to money, and I just shared this with Apostle recently because he's my financial mentor unofficially, but officially, right? When now I'm in a pretty decent place, right? I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not definitely nowhere where I used to be, right? So now when I get money, sometimes the fear comes across like, oh, what happens if I go back to zero? What happens if I go back to broke place? I don't want to be broke no more. Jesus, let me grip, hold on to it, right? And when we had that conversation, he was like, you can't think like that. And he didn't say nothing deep, you know. It was just like, you can't have the mentality. He He was like, well, what's $1,000? You know, what's that? That's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, why are we fearing that? You know, and it kind of just, that little bit kind of shifted the mentality to say, okay, as freely as it came is as freely as I can give it, right? As freely as I can give it is as freely as it'll come back to me, right? And it's just changing the mentality, especially us as Black and brown community, where we have a poverty mentality.
Right.
People come from these poverty places and they stay in those cycles of debt and not knowing how to manage money,
Right.
getting money and buying and living outside of their means, doing things to try to meet up to other people's expectations, social media and all the rest. And you get to a place where I know if I did it once with education, I'm definitely going to do it with poverty. I watched my mama work. My mama still work, okay? And she's in her 50s. I ain't gonna tell off on her age, but she works hard. And I'm going to buy that lady a house one day, the house she wants, okay? But the mind is she worked, and still working, never having fully lived because, and she's in a better place now, but in her younger years, she did not know how to handle money. It almost was like, as quick as it came in, it kind of just slipped right back out. You didn't see it, you know, because you were not taught how to do. So she had to learn and figure it out on her own. And so now, like I said, being on this side, the fear of not having can't grip me. I'm not going to not sow and give, or I'm not going to fear doing certain things because my mind is, oh, I'm going to be broke again. I'm not going to have again. Now, again, yes, have wisdom. Yes, have strategy.
Right.
Yes, save. Don't, you know what I mean? However, that I think it's big, is more so a mental thing when it comes down to the finances and being able to overcome the thought of what happens if I spend this, or what happens if I sow here? What happens? No, if we're going to trust God, right? If we're going to trust him with the whole thing, sowing and reaping, right? We're going to trust the whole process of it all. I should not let the fear grip my mind to say that if I do this, that's just going to be the end of it for me. And Apostle taught me too, and this is, again, free game for y'all. It's okay to start off small. And I thought in my mind that I had to do super big amounts in order to hurry up and save a thing.
Right.
Whereas me doing what I could do, staying within my means, making sure all my bills was paid, making sure my tithes and my offering was in, and then taking what I could do to save, that allowed the little to grow over time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was more so little things to change the mentality, because your mind about money will have you in fear and will have you stuck, won't have you going after things you want to get, won't have you applying for the loan to get your car, get your house. You know, it won't have you doing things because you are fearful and gripped by it. And I don't want to be there. I am, again, like he said, we ain't afraid of no money. I want to be free mentally, that money is not controlling me. Like, it's not the dictator of me.
Right.
Yeah, money gonna answer it, right? Yes, it does. It's gonna answer a lot, but it's not gonna grip me to the point where I feel like I am fearful that I'm gonna lose it all. I don't think God would do that to me. Hallelujah.
Now I taught a Bible class series. This had to be probably almost 10 years ago. I ain't afraid of no money.
Oh yeah.
And that thing changed the mentality of a lot of people. People who are afraid of money are stuck.
Yeah.
Money is money, right? And the Bible says that money answereth all things.
Yes.
And so I would tell God, all right, your word says that money answereth all things. I have a bunch of questions. I got lots of them. I got lots of questions. So if money answereth all things, I need money to answer all these questions.
That's a good prayer.
So even when I didn't have it, I was not afraid to have conversations about money. You know how typically even in church and things of that sort. People hate for you to talk about tithing, and
Yeah.
offering, and all of that, or they hate when people
True.
sit at tables and talk
Talk about
finances
Mhm.
because they're bothered, they're uncomfortable,
Yes.
or they're displeased with where they are financially, right?
Yes, sir.
But I was taught early on that you can sit and have a conversation about it and not be bothered, even if you don't have it.
Mhm.
It's all about mentality.
Yeah.
It is.
And when I change my mentality and how I view money, that's when I start seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then working in the banks, I started realizing $1,000,
Mhm.
$10,000,
Mhm.
$1 million.
Mhm.
This ain't no money.
Mhm.
Mhm.
If people really saw the bands and the stacks
Yeah.
to have these amounts of money,
Mhm.
you can have 100,000 and it can sit in your fingers like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It ain't nothing. It's
Mhm.
paper.
Right.
Paper, plastic.
And if we could ever overcome the fear
Yes.
of money
Yeah.
and stop being
Mhm.
afraid of money,
Mhm.
stop being afraid to give,
Mhm.
always want to receive, but we
Right.
too
Right.
afraid
Don't
to
wanna
give
give.
it, right? And so you can't even get more money unless you make a
Unless you-
first investment,
Yes.
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
even if I can't say, oh, give me interest, and I'm not
And
going in with
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm giving you
Yeah.
interest
Yeah.
on,
Nothing.
right? And so when you go into a bank, a financial institution, you say, "Hey, I'm looking for 5% interest on this money.
Mhm.
I gotta give it to them first,
Right.
Mhm.
and then I get the interest or the benefit of it, right?" And so I think this fear of finances that's got to stop amongst our people. We got to
Yes.
stop being afraid to have a money conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rich people don't have a problem talking about money. And guess what? This back in the day, young man who struggled in finance didn't have a problem sitting at the table with wealthy people.
Mhm.
Never had a problem.
Mhm.
And never was jealous. Never tried to figure out, or to underhand somebody to get nothing.
Right.
I had a grace
Yeah.
and I understood my grace. And so if my grace can be coupled with my discipline
Right.
and following God's leading and wisdom, that can be me too.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think that fear of because I'm afraid of poverty.
Mhm.
I'm afraid of it.
Everybody
I'm
should.
afraid
I'm
of it.
afraid of
Everybody
poverty
should be.
I'm
too.
afraid of it.
But for me, I hurt myself.
Mm-hmm.
I cheat myself
Mm-hmm.
because giving ain't nothing to
Come
me.
on. Yep.
I give.
Mhm.
I give. Tithes is my first priority.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Giving is my first priority.
Yes.
When I don't have, I still give.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's proof that I do that, right?
Mhm.
But I cut myself because I'm so much of a giver, even in products that I do, I won't even charge for it. You can have it.
Yeah.
And that's where I have hurt me
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
because I'm like, no, you can have it. I don't charge for it. Here, this is just for you because I've always been a giver, and so